Let's see, I wonder what's on YouTube today. I'm excited to see what videos I can watch and how much I can learn. Wait a second, what's this? Oh, Grant Cardone exposed video. Oh, this should be good.
If you give me 45 seconds, I'm going to show you how my buddy Justin generates nearly $500,000 per month selling weird stuff like cat socks, fishing t-shirts, and of course, the legendary Wolf mug.
Wait a second, that's a lot of money.
It's actually quite simple. All he does is create e-commerce dropshipping stores and then target people on Facebook.
No! Gramps, snap out of it. Skip! Okay, so for all of us who haven't yet discovered what ad block is, you have 100% seen that ad. So get ready, you guys, because I'm about to break it down and share with you guys in 45 seconds exactly why these are some of the best ads on YouTube, exposing exactly why they're so effective, and by doing so, you will ultimately understand the reasoning behind why people buy what they buy, which is wolf mugs. And by the way, just as a total experiment, because I'm curious, if you ended up getting an Alex Becker ad before this video, hit the like button, and if you did not get an Alex Becker ad before this video, still hit the like button. Okay, so let's break this down and expose the truth about why these ads are so effective. Now, as we all know, with most ads like this, YouTube forces you to listen to the first 5 seconds before then giving you the option to skip.
Here in my garage, just bought this new Lamborghini here.
So pretty much this entire advertisement relies on the effectiveness of whether or not there's an immediate hook that gives you a reason to continue watching. But here's the problem. You see, for most of us, we didn't click on the video for the purpose of seeing an ad. We wanted to see a very juicy Grant Cardone expose video. So we're automatically going into it with the mindset of, yeah, I know the drill, 5-second ad, wait to click skip, get to the video, or come on, hurry this up. After a while of doing this, it really becomes like a subconscious reaction that your mind just tunes it out without even thinking about it, just so you can click the skip button 5 seconds later. But this is where Alex Becker comes in immediately with what's called a pattern interrupt. Now, a pattern interrupt is a technique to quickly change a particular thought, behavior, or action and redirect that attention elsewhere. It's a very sudden shift from what we expect to happen that breaks our current habit or state and causes us to return our focus. For instance, as I'm talking right now, you're probably listening, but a lot of what you do at this point is totally subconscious. So instead, if I now say, fuck this pattern interrupt, that was a pattern interrupt, because chances are I got your attention, you didn't expect for me to say that, and now you're listening more attentively to everything else I have to say after that. See how that works? Now, usually a very easy, effective, and cheap way to get a pattern interrupt is usually just by swearing. Now, the reason this works so well is that anytime you swear, it usually causes our system to have a mini jolt that all of a sudden redirects our focus and attention back to the subject. Now, unfortunately, this is not something we can use on YouTube very often because then we would get demonetized. So Alex Becker employs a much softer approach to the pattern interrupt by simply throwing us a curveball from what we would expect to see. Now, for this to be effective, the weirder it is, the more different it is, the stranger it is, the better it will do.
Hey, I'm a bear, and to tell you the truth, I'm not too happy right now. Because these two Backstreet Boys keep, interrupting my videos and asking for 45 seconds.
I mean, we all expect to see crappy $10 sunglasses, but a wolf mug? Now you're talking my language. Now that brings me to the second point. I mean, sure, he got our attention, but that doesn't change the fact that I clicked the video to watch Grant Cardone getting exposed, not to see a wolf mug. So this is why Alex Becker then likes to give us what I like to call the minimum time investment. Really quick, just give me 45 seconds, in less than a minute.
45 seconds. I'm going to show you how an unemployed veteran. If you give me 45 seconds, I'm going to show you how my buddy Justin.
Imagine it almost that someone comes to talk to you to try to give you their mixtape. Because you don't know how long that conversation is going to last, you're more likely to dismiss it entirely. But on the other hand, if they come up to you and you know they're going to be gone in 10 seconds, that's less of a time investment on your part and you're more likely to give them the 10 seconds. Or imagine you walk into a used car lot and a salesman comes up to you and says, really quick, just give me 45 seconds, I'm going to explain everything you need to know about the Lamborghini Prius Model X with complimentary wolf mug. You're more likely to hear that out knowing that it's only 45 seconds. And let's just be really honest with ourselves here. If you're watching YouTube videos, chances are you have an extra 45 seconds to spare. So already in Alex Becker's ads, within the first 5 seconds, he's given you a pattern interrupt from what you would expect to see, which refocuses your attention and also shares with you the minimum time investment. When that happens, you're just slightly more likely to hear him out and see what he has to say. And when that happens, you have entered the mug zone.
If you give me 45 seconds, I'm going to show you how my buddy Justin generates nearly $500,000 per month selling weird stuff like cat socks, fishing t-shirts, and of course, the legendary wolf mug of truth and justice.
But the work doesn't stop here. Just because he won the 5-second battle does not mean he won the 45-second war. In order to win the war, you then need to implement 3 things. Number 1 is that you be entertaining. Number 2 is that you be funny. And number 3 is that you don't be not funny. And I really gotta hand it to Alex Becker on this one because he blends these 3 concepts effortlessly. His ads are extremely entertaining and mixed in with the sophistication and humor of a high school stoner.
And I know what you're thinking. Yes, 1.5 million. Yes, that is enough to buy 1.5 million Big Macs off the 99-cent menu at McDonald's. But let's get our head out of the clouds and get back to real life.
Now, humor is especially important with this because it is one of the easiest ways to begin to get someone to let their guard down. Many studies have shown that laughter and humor makes it easier for 2 people to form a bond. It sets a friendlier mood, removes tension, and is more likely to disarm somebody. Now, from my perspective and very analytical thinking here, but really being funny is just about showing social awareness and having the social intelligence to better understand people. And chances are, if someone understands people, then that person is more likely that someone will be friends with and trust. And lastly, humor makes things memorable. Our mind is wired to remember things that spike our emotions, and humor is one of those things that spikes our emotion in a very positive way, and therefore we associate humor with positive, good outcomes. So now all he has to do in 45 seconds is give you the basic framework of exactly what he's doing, just enough to pique your curiosity and make you believe that you might be able to do the same thing too if you just listened and heard him out.
And it's actually quite simple. All he does is create e-commerce dropshipping stores and then target people on Facebook based on their interest and then sells them things they're interested in, like cat socks, fishing t-shirts, and wolf mugs.
But wait a second, hold tight on that thought really quick because most people at this point begin to get a little bit suspicious. So in order to predict this and give the audience exactly what they want to see, before they even know they want to see it, you then need to offer proof.
And to prove this concept works, we actually started a brand new Shopify e-commerce drop shipping store. You can see this person right here was able to hit $1,000 a day, about $18,000 in sales from his store.
But see, the thing is, showing proof by itself usually isn't good enough. However, there's another type of proof out there that's even more powerful than that. And no, it's not moonshine. It is what's called social proof. This is a concept where people will typically follow the actions of the masses, and if a lot of other people are doing something, it must be the correct way. I see the exact same thing happening here on YouTube. Because I have 217,000 followers or whatever it is at the time you're watching this, it gives the illusion of having more credibility than if I said the exact same thing with the same content if I only had, let's say, 10 subscribers. So in order to create this type of social proof, you must prove that other people have followed these same steps and have had success in it in order for you to feel comfortable doing it as well. After all, if Alex Becker just launched his course and had no testimonials whatsoever, you would become a lot more reluctant to take it than if thousands of other people have also done it and have had good results. This also humanizes the experience as well. It really levels the playing field that these are brand new people just like me. They started out with nothing just like me, and now they're making $20 billion a month, just like I will next month as soon as I sign up after the 45 seconds. And by the way, I've noticed something in sales where it's very important to first throw out the pitch early on, let people think about it, explain exactly what they're going to get if they follow through, then the second time throw out the pitch again. And this way they're reminded exactly what they're going to be getting from it and exactly why they should take action right at that point. And by the way, anytime people are on the fence about buying something, always throw in just a little humor. Just a little more humor. Just sprinkle on a joke here and there.
And there's also some really great jokes in there. I'll give you a sample one. Why are elevator jokes so funny? Because they work on every single level.
You probably even
sell animals.
Oh,
you never
so
tried
close.
to sell
Just throwing
animals,
another
but
little
you could probably
joke.
sell animals as well.
It's getting funnier.
It's
getting funnier.
Pet snake or something. And you
Okay,
want to sell
all right,
snakes.
I'll buy it. Now, if you thought this video was pretty in-depth, it actually goes a lot deeper because Alex Becker is the master at retargeting a warm audience. This means that if you clicked any of his links, you watched any of his videos, he can then retarget you with an ad.
You right now are warm traffic. You know who I am. If you see one of my ads, you're probably going to stop and click on it.
So the reason why this is so effective is that people are more likely to be receptive to an ad if they're already familiar with the person that they're watching.
It is like we're jumping in a pool, and instead of it being cold and all weird, we're peeing in it first, so then people jump in and are like, oh, this is kind of nice. And you're like, well, you don't want to know why, but they are happy, everyone's happy, it's a warm pool, it's warm traffic.
Same thing like walking into a party and noticing a total stranger there, but if you go to another party and you see that same person, you're more likely to feel a connection of familiarity. Just like if I were advertising on YouTube, you'd probably see that and be like, wait a second, that's Graham. Wait a second, what is he trying to sell me? Yeah, it's probably his Real Estate Agent Academy. Link in the description, $50 off with coupon code THANK-YOU50. Targeting a warm audience who's already familiar with you makes marketing that much more cost effective because you're not wasting any money on someone where you have to build up that rapport and trust from scratch. Now, it's because of those specific actions that, in my opinion, make Alex Becker ads some of the best, highest impacting ads here on YouTube. And I really believe that we can all learn a thing or two by watching what other people are doing, understanding why it works in the first place, and then choosing to implement those things in our own YouTube ads. If you decide to post YouTube ads, and if you don't, just hit the like button. So with that said, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoyed a video like this. If you haven't subscribed already and you made it to the very end and you're sitting there and you're like, should I subscribe? Should I not subscribe? Of course you should subscribe. Just smash the subscribe button. It's totally free. And then once you've done that, smash the notification bell so YouTube notifies you anytime I post a video. Also, feel free to add me on Snapchat and Instagram. I post there pretty much daily, so if you want to be a part of it there, feel free to add me there. Thank you again for watching. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Until next time.